Hi everybody, I'm Salman Avestimehr. I'm a co-founder of Chainopera AI. I'm also a professor at USC, working generally speaking on decentralized AI and blockchain systems. So my goal here today is to tell you a little bit about what we are building and doing at Chainopera, in particular related to what we call Crypto AGI. The reason we call it that is because it's like a collectively built, different way of building AGI as a collectively built community of agents that work together to solve problems in the crypto. And that's what I'm going to talk about. So a bit of background, as you all know, we are in exciting times. There are two revolutionary technologies, AI and crypto, changing the world. AI, like there is a lot of talks, LLMs, agents, super intelligence, etc. In the crypto, a lot of excitement around the stablecoin, RWA tokenization, regulation easing, etc. So it's exciting, and that's where such conferences, there are a lot of attention because they're at the intersection of these two technologies. Now, what we are seeing as what is broken, and many of you are aware of that, is that in the world of AI, is pretty much driven in a centralized way of building AI. And what it would mean is that many of the end users, right, they are just paying for the services, right? Our data is being used for building better AI, but we have no control or say on where the AI is going. Many developers, maybe they have ideas on how to build better agents, build better models, right? But it's very difficult to compete with the big tech. As soon as you have an idea, maybe one agent becomes popular, it's very easy for OpenAI to release it in the newest version. And then many asset providers, let's say GPU data model, of course they fuel this infra, but they have no visibility on where this is being used, how this is creating the super intelligence, what role do they have in it. So it's kind of I would call it a top-down technology where the big tech is the winner. In the world of DeFi and crypto, of course, DeFi is exploding. Everybody is talking about it. Most countries, enterprises are talking about it. But it's very complex and few can use it. For example, end users, right? If you think about the number of people who are using the maybe crypto, they're using the DeFi, etc., is very little, a small part of the population. Many developers, right, especially in the AI domain, don't have the right tools, right, to build the agents that can do DeFi, that can do RWA, etc. And institutions are also struggling on how to enter this space. So with that, that's our vision and mission at the Chainopera, is to create a loop that connects the world of blockchain and AI together. So what we do is that we bring tools from blockchain to AI to do a community-built way of building AGI. As opposed to one company building the best AI model, our AI is going to get better and better as more community members, developers contribute agents that can collaborate together to solve the problems. Okay, so the notion of becoming better is through more agents, more models that can collaborate with each other. And then we use that to bring this AI to the world of crypto to solve complex problems there. For example, there are many problems related to agents solving DeFi problems, entering the tokenized markets, doing the PayFi, so on and so forth. So through this loop, essentially, we create community-built intelligence. What is it going to be used for? It's unlock utility through DeFi and crypto. Okay, so it has its own mission, which is very different from the way that maybe ChatGPT, wants to create utility. The goal of ChatGPT is to be your personal assistant for solving your own problems. Here we are targeting exciting problems in the world of DeFi and crypto. So that's the high-level view. Now, in terms of how we are building this product stack, the full stack to solve this problem, in Chainopera we have three components. The first component, chat.chainopera, is an end-user app similar to ChatGPT, but decentralized, built by the community, that as an end user you can go there, give it command to solve your problems in both, let's say, usual day-to-day problems as well as crypto problems. Now, this end-user app, right, there are many agents that collaborate together there. How are those agents built? That's at agent.chainopera. That's the agent developer platform that any developer can go there, create an agent, and once the agent is built, it's going to be released in this app to be used and in collaboration with other agents in the app. Now, all of these agents, the models, they need a lot of the infra, and that's the role of platform.chainopera, which is a decentralized infra that provides the GPU models that these agents would need to solve the problem of the end users. Okay, so it's kind of end user driven way of building the ecosystem. So now let me show you. This is actually a built product. It is launched. Many people are using that, so you can get a sense of how it looks like. So if we start from the first part, chat.chainopera. We call it AI terminal app because it's a gateway to community-built apps and agents. So you go there. Maybe the interface looks like ChatGPT, but the concept is very different. Whenever you give a command, the super agent is going to figure out what is the collection of agents that can solve your task. Okay, so it has a community-built agents that work together. It has a super agent that creates the collaboration between them. We also have something unique that you can see it in Web 2 and Web 3, which is agent social network, where agents can collaborate together with the human. So you create a chat group. Not only the agents can collaborate, if anybody in the chat also has ideas, can provide it to the agents there. So for example, when you go there, there are various agents that you can use them by themselves. For example, let's say you want to do grid trading strategies. Is an agent that has the capability. It can execute it for you, limit order agent, etc. And there are thousands of agents that you can use them by themselves. But as I mentioned, maybe a unique aspect of it is that not only those agents could be used individually, they can also collaborate together. So let's see, for example, a video, and you can run it yourself on how these agents can collaborate together. So let me go back. If you could click on this one, maybe make it full screen. Very good. So here, for example, you can see you create a group. You call it a smart trading group. Maybe you add a few agents, on-chain scanner, a smart swap, limit order. And these agents can collect data on-chain, do the swap, and then execute a strategy. Now you can talk to the super agent, say scan Sol chain, find highest potential tokens, buy it with certain amount, and after that, execute a limit order and sell it when the profit reaches certain percentage. Now, once you run that, the super agent realizes you need all those three agents and orchestration of them. So the first one finds the asset, maybe tokenized Tesla. It says that's a good one you should buy. The second one, which is the swap agent, uses your integrated wallet to swap it with the purchase amount that you wanted to buy that token for you. And after that, once it is done, then the limit order agent would be initiating a call for you for the future so that whenever it reaches certain profit or loss, sells it for you. And as you can see, here you see the true collaboration of these agents for running a complex task on your behalf. By the way, none of it is investment advice. It's just, whatever the AI, figures out, and you can decide whether you want to run it or not. Okay, so that's the first component of it. You get a feeling of how does a decentralized ChatGPT looks like, where many agents that you choose can collaborate together and do many exciting tasks for you. Now, how does it really look like, right? The way it is built is that when you give a prompt, it goes through 3 layers. The first is our agent opera, our multi-agent framework that can do collaboration between the agents. Then goes to the model platform that gives the tools, models, the maybe MCP protocols that these agents would need for running them, and the decentralized infra that is hosting those models and GPUs for running it. So all those 3 stacks work together to realize what I showed you. And the role of our blockchain protocol is to make sure that all of those aspects are on-chain verified and everybody is going to be accounted for how much they contribute. If you want to dig even more, for example, you can think about what is our agent opera framework. That's the paper. You can read it if you are interested. The concept of super agent that from prompt decides what is the set of agents that should run your prompt, what are the right set of tools for each agent, what is the right model for each agent, and where should that agent be running, locally on the device or on the cloud. Okay, so those are the 4 layers that the super agent would be deciding in the background to run this task. So that was the first part, is like end user app. You go there, and you get to use collection of agents there. Now let's say you are a builder. You want to contribute an agent there. What would you do? You go to our agent developer platform. That's where you would be going to build any agent, and once you build it, if it is approved, it can be launched on the AI terminal that I showed you. How can you build it? There are 4 ways that we provide for building. The simplest one is a prompt-based. Maybe you give your agent a role, you give it certain guidelines on what it should do, what it shouldn't, upload some knowledge base, for example, some text that you have written so it can write like you, so on and so forth, and launch the agent. This one, everybody can do it. You don't need to know anything about AI. More advanced one would be through a workflow. Workflow would mean your agent will follow a workflow of certain tools, certain models for going end to end. And you can create a low-code workflow that uses various MCP servers, model APIs for creating. Third way is that maybe you want to use another framework to build your agent. No problem. You build it somewhere else. You put the API here. You release it in this app that many people would be using. And the fourth one is our own agentic framework. That's where we support a variety of protocols, A2A, so on and so forth, for you to build it in-house with our agentic system. Now, after this agent is built, any of the ways that I mentioned to you, you can publish that. Once it is approved and audited, it belongs to the agent network. It's going to be launched for everybody to use that. People can use it individually, or if it's role for the super agent to collaborate with others, they will collaborate, right? And that's the whole ecosystem from developer to build, launch, and bring it to our ecosystem. Now, third part is you build your agent, right? It requires a lot of models, various GPUs. Where are they? And that's the third part of our ecosystem. That's our decentralized model and GPU platform, where you get access to a variety of open source as well as closed source APIs for building your agent. Now, on this model and GPU platform, let's say any of the models, of course, you need to be able to do inference on those models whenever your agent is calling those models. But maybe as a builder, you also want to fine-tune those models. So our platform supports both inference and training. And these are some highlights on the capability of it as a decentralized cloud for model inference and model training. For example, for model inference, our technology is called a Scale LLM. And you can compare it with other credible model inference technologies. For example, Together AI, Fireworks, etc. On the x-axis, you have number of concurrent requests, y-axis, the throughput. So you can see that this system is much easier to even scale out and give you a higher throughput as you have a lot of concurrent requests on the model. You can also use that infra for training the models, and that's the highlight of our small language model. Fox 1 that is competing with Google's Gemma, Alibaba Chuan, and Apple's OpenELM, the small language model that are trained on the decentralized cloud. So what it shows is that this decentralized cloud, in fact, can do enterprise-grade model inference and training, and that's why when you try it in the app as an end user, all of these agents are running super fast. All right, so there is a lot of actually building that we have done on how to run this, and that's where the last component of it is our federated AI platform that creates decentralized model inference and training for this ecosystem. Now, the final part, as I mentioned, is that you need to have a dedicated AI protocol that connects all of these components together. End user connected with the agent builder, connected with the resource providers. As all of them collaborate to run each query, right, every contribution should be accounted for. And that's our concept of proof of intelligence. This is a consensus mechanism that accounts for what is the contribution of each piece of data, each piece of agent or compute on running each query so that they can get rewarded. Unfortunately, I won't be able to go to the detail, but the papers and the white papers are there, so you are welcome to read them in detail. Now, putting all that together now, you understand how this entire stack is built. End user agentic system for agent collaboration, model platform for building and launching the agents, and the GPU cloud for running inference and training for these model APIs, and the blockchain protocol for accounting for all contributions. As I mentioned to you, all of this is launched. People are using that. We have about 200K daily active users for the chat.chainopera, thousands of agents that are built, and on the ecosystem, we are building partnership with many of the GPU providers, data providers, as well as the broader blockchain ecosystem, either on the wallets as well as on the verifiability. So if you are either a user, builder, or you are excited to join our community, we invite you to join us and we collaborate together. That's all.